But we're going to go now to Act 3, the modern grid from 2000s to today, the environment as the sensor. Now, these things are going to be more familiar, but as we've been progressing, I've been showing the foundations. It's been here for 300 years in building. But the next thing, the next matrix, is the SIMP watch, or the quantified self, made available by our friends here at Congress passing this bill called the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, which I'm sure you guys have heard about the Affordable Care Act. And what this does, it allows companies to track us. And even the NIH, the National Health Institute, they know the dangers of this. Because, back in the day, the CIA used to have to bug your house, but now they don't. Utilizing this, companies now have the ability to track your data. Like we've been saying in the earlier census, you want a job, pee in this cup. So at least at that point, it was volitional. They didn't have instant access to your data. They just did it under compulsion. If you don't pee, you don't get a job. And we already saw the beginning of that was stay in the zone and you can eat. If you don't stay in the zone, you die. So it's always been at least volitional. You still have a choice. They can't automatically get it. With the Affordable Care Act and the Patient Protection Act, they can automatically get it. Now, of course, you still have to have one layer of volition. You have to participate. But once you enter the participation, it's almost impossible to get out. So just like right now, I don't know about you, colleague. I don't know how you deal with your insurance, car insurance, but a lot of car insurance companies and a lot of health insurance companies, they give you this benefit. Like if you put one of those driving monitoring device in your OBD and it monitors your driving, after 6 months of monitoring, if they see that you are a safe driver, they'll give you a discounted rate. But what are they really doing? They're calculating all this telemetry data. The same thing. A health insurance company can say, wear this smartwatch. They'll give you a smartwatch. And if they monitor your sleeping behaviors, your mobile activity, everything, they'll say, oh, we'll give you a premium discount. So in your mind, wow, I scored a 92 on my sleep. I made 10,000 steps today, host. Look at that. And I'm thinking, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Because if you don't meet the standards, guess what's going to happen? Oh, your insurance policy is going to get terminated. No insurance for you. Or, yeah, now it's going to cost you $10,000 a month. No insurance for you. So this is that force compliancy. And the Affordable Care Act is what allowed this to be legal. Because before, your data was protected. They couldn't do it. But because we need to focus on public health, we need to allow companies to get access to this. And so here you are. And so what are they going to do? They're going to give you incentives. Hey, buy that $400 smartwatch. Hey, look, I'm a healthy Joe. It's over. It's over. Because what if you want to eat that bag of chips?
Yeah, I guess they could also monitor how healthy you are too.
That's right.
If you're a certain amount of healthy,
you get a reduced premium.
Yeah, or even they could start advertising you different kinds of products. Like let's get more fat in this guy or girl or whoever. So they advertise you different products based on your eating habit. Now, if you're already eating unhealthy, they're going to keep on doing that anyway. But they're going to also. Oh
yeah, see now you're getting it, colleague. Mm-hmm. Everything we've been talking about. That's why I'm saying this is a system. Remember earlier we were talking about the TID, the targeted dream incubation, targeted advertising. Smart. When you connect all of these ideas connected, yeah. Oh, yeah, we know these person's eating habits. We know this. We're going to put this right before they sleep. We're going to give these false notifications on their smartwatch that they need to, you need to go drink some orange juice. Your blood level's high. You might be diabetic. Now you're forcing people to buy orange juice. They can do everything because now you think all these systems are being legit, but yet it's just manipulating.
Yeah, it's just the TIDs,
it's just
TIDs.
It's just controlling your life. But it's not good enough for all that, like we've talked about before. You guys know about the smart lights. I can't remember if it was you or me, but we talked about the smart street lights, which you guys know about. Just in case you guys aren't familiar with it, I'll put it up here. But in San Diego, they put these smart streetlights. Public council were in the dark on police access to smart streetlights. So these streetlights had microphones, cameras, all kinds of devices.
And fake birds.
Of course, monitoring everybody's actions. And so that's one layer. But like you guys also know about the Amazon sidewalk, which I've talked about quite a bit. That's another common invasive activity. But, these things that we're talking about, like what was the other thing that we talked about? The digital license plates. That's another layer.
The birds.
Yeah. And then your car snitches on you. You got cameras watching in your cars. Just in case people aren't familiar with all of those things. So it's Amazon Sidewalk, which connects all these IoT devices. It stills. If you say, I'm going to disconnect from the internet, you're really not. It's going to take your internet. It's going to take your neighbor's internet and make sure it connects to your smart device so they can continue monitoring you. The digital license plates, the future of license plates, which we showed before, how they can make these license plates whatever you want. And that seems really cool.
Free Sam.
Yeah, until they put ads on it, or until the government decides we don't want you to have a license plate no more, and they just disconnect your service. Not only that, they're tracking devices because they're connected to the network.
But I'm sure it's going to be sold to us again as, hey, if someone steals your car, we could find it for you.
Of course.
And again, that's another big thing for insurance companies because now they could tell if you actually stole your own car and threw it off that cliff and you told your uncle about it, but nobody else. But then your uncle goes and rats you out. The insurance company doesn't have to know all that in between stuff. They're just going to know just like that because your license plate's going to tell them it's going to be the narc.
Yeah, well, they don't. They literally will have cameras inside your car. Mm-hmm. So I mean, what's the difference?
No more riding dirty.
Yeah, what's the difference?
You're going to have to go take a shower before you ride anything.
I mean, really, at that point, what is the difference? Like you guys see right here, understanding driver drowsiness, the attention warning system. So they say, oh, yeah, just like anything. You remember how earlier it's all about safety. We don't want drunk or drug-influenced forklifters, so we need you to pee in a cup. This is the same thing. So they're saying, hey, we need to make sure you're not falling asleep on the wheel. So we got to watch you. So they got to have these cameras inside of your vehicle. Or they're going to pass this, they're going to start implementing the kill switch in your car. Of course, like everything, it's for driver safety. Like some of you guys probably have this right now in your car, where it's a driver alcohol detection system. If they can detect alcohol, your car just won't start. But what if they want you not to drive? What they can do is give a false positive. And guess what? Your car's just not even going to start because they say, oh, well, we detect alcohol. Mm-hmm. But who controls that? Who controls the censoring?
It's the birds.
Right. And so at some point you can see, well, we already know because it is the bird. It's not the wings. It's actually the bird.
Well, it's crazy, for all the people that think that birds are all fake. I saw a video just on a side tangent of something different. I wouldn't think a robot bird would care this much.
Wow, that jerker wants to save his buddy.
Yeah, but it's like a foot drop. Look.
Separation anxiety.
Yeah. That's real.
That is interesting. It seems like the bird is aware of something.
I thought it was AI at first, and maybe it is. I don't know. It looked pretty real to me. It seemed like something that pigeons would do. Or buzzards or whatever those were.
I just got a couple more things I want to put out here. Actually, I have a lot more, but I don't think I have enough time. But just a couple things you guys might not know. There's also this thing called gait biometrics. If you didn't know, they can monitor you by your limp or your walking style. So you think, and again, this is back to these smart devices. You think, they're just monitoring your sleep. They're literally monitoring your walk. How you walk, if you have a limp, the pattern of it.
How many steps you take.
Yeah, they can identify you by how you walk. But some people will say, you know what, I can control that. I'll perfect my walk. I'll fool them. But can you control your heart rate? The Pentagon has a laser that can identify people from a distance over 200 meters away by their heartbeat. They can literally shoot a laser and detect who you are because they have your heartbeat pattern down pat. And how are they going to get that pattern? By your smartwatch, which has been measuring your heart patterns. Now, how are you going to fake that? And you say, oh, I can control it all the time. So they literally can shoot a laser from these smart lamps or wherever. And if they want to say, yeah, you can try to fake everything, but we know your heart pattern and we know who you are because we see your heart pattern.
But they won't be able to determine your heart posture.
No, can you explain the difference?
Sure. Like one, you know how like I probably have poor posture sitting down. How your heart sits inside of your cavity, that's its posture. So if it's leaning more towards the right or leaning more towards the left or just hanging kind of low, that's your heart posture. Mm. And that's probably, I'm sure that's a fingerprint to everybody. Everybody's got a different heart posture.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't control that either if it hangs real low down to the floor.
Yeah, no, you can't control that.
Yeah.
But like Cardi B says, she doesn't play when it comes to her heart.
Well, that's good. The question is do you play with your dead?
I haven't recently, no.
I have 2 more acts to go through, but I don't have time for it. So I'm going to sum up with this one last thing that I thought was very interesting. You remember that Black Mirror episode where they were trying to create an AI version of dead relatives so that you could talk to them? Mm-hmm. That wasn't just an episode. That's patented by Microsoft. So here in this patent, if I can zoom in, it's creating a conversational chatbot of a specific person. And in this abstract, it tells you that they're going to collect all the data from your social media, all your voice data, all the letters, just like in that Black Mirror episode. And they're going to create chatbots or API systems that would be able to be generative based upon your actions and is multimodal. And so they have a patent, and you can see right here, application filed by Microsoft Technologies. And so they're going to create dead chatbots. So the idea that they want you to live forever is going to be possible. You want to keep on talking to your dead loved one? You want to keep having that memory? This is just the beginning of it, just like in that movie. You're talking on this phone and you think, in your mind, man, think about the layers. They put you in an induced coma. And then you wake up and they tell you you're in a severe accident. But really it was all just to get you acclimated to this idea that your husband is somewhere else or your wife is somewhere else. And now there's a phone call that comes in and you hear them and they're talking to you. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be home soon. And, I'm trying to make it. But you're just talking to an AI generated chatbot. And you don't know because you just woke up from this induced coma that they put you in, and they gave you this whole false narrative. The ideas of how deep these layers can go.
And all the while you're actually in a coma still.
Right.
Yeah, your brain is inside of the computer. And in this computer, you think you're talking to your relatives, but you're not.
Right. You want to talk about the Matrix.
Yeah, and then you yourself don't even have a body, and you figure that out.
Right.
You're not even in a coma at all.
Yeah, you want to talk about trying to get out of the cave.
Yeah, it's actually literally the brain in the vat.
Right. That's what I think is interesting. Now, I didn't go through all 50. I just don't have enough time. I thought I could. Well, it took a lot longer than I thought. I thought I was going to just slew through them. But I took you at least from 1705 to 2026. And you guys can see that the ghost is in the machine. But eventually they want you to be in the machine. And they don't want you to be tracked. They don't want to give you a device. They want you to be the device.
And the ghost will be inside of me.
Right.
So I'm like a soul and a body type thing.
Yeah, it was just digital. It's a digital soul. But that's what I want people to see. All this talk about surveillance and control, that's not the real objective. They're not really wanting to control you. They want you to be a part of the system. Control is only here because you think you have this idea of control, like volition, like free will. But the idea isn't for them to actually have you make choices. If I had a bunch of robots, I want them to do something that I want them to do. Not because I think it's cool that they're thinking, but because there's an objective I want, or a game I want to play, or something. And so the idea is for you to become the real NPC in their system. You become the device, and you just become a means for their entertainment. That's the ultimate goal, because in the end, what good to the elites are people other than a means to play a game? Just like you enjoy playing a video game. Instead of them playing a video game, they want to play with real people. But they need to absolutely control you. And the only way to do that is make you the actual device and take away all the possibility of volition. And they will. And that is the biopolitical convergence. At the end game, it's messing with your biology to convert you into a device, not that you have a device.
So that's what that rapper was talking about when he said they want to play with no Nintendo.
No. That's what I have for this week's political convergence, the human operating system. I didn't even get into the University of Massachusetts, which, people talk about the conspiracy about how you are going to be an antenna for 6G. And, it's always that conspiratorial theory. Literally, the University of Massachusetts has devised a way to make your body an antenna for 6G. And there's a cell internet, how your blood and your cells actually are going to be integrated into what they call the Internet of Nanotechnology. So it's not IOBs, it's IO nanotechnology. So there's an Internet of Cells. It even gets more deeper. And so maybe we'll have to talk about that in some other time. But
well, in slew with people getting followed, this guy apparently went to the Epstein Island. He snuck there he looks rich, him and his buddies. He went there on a jet ski, and ever since he came back, he's been followed by a bunch of black SUVs.
Disgusting. I'm not leaving until I make it on this island. The temple's right there. There's guards right there. There's security patrolling over there. They're already coming out. There's people on carts right there. I'd imagine people come and look at the island all the time anyway. So this is not too out of the norm. There's definitely a lot of tourism out here.
So you notice he has friends behind him on other jet skis.
So I don't think this alarms them. Although they do have a side-by-side that is coming towards us on an island right there. I see its headlights. They're angled at us. They're trying to let us know that they know we're here. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. They know we're here.
They know we're here. We were too obvious. Well, there's a rainstorm coming, so we have to be quick, bro. Let's go. We got to go. Let's go.
This guy's name is Matt Batista. You can look him up on social media. So this is what started happening after he got home.
Yo, this is crazy. Watch what happens when I try to go on Instagram. I click on my page, change password. We've locked your account to protect you from a possible hack. To recover your account, set a new password. Boys, I think I'm getting hacked. What the fudge is happening? Oh my god. Hey guys, just remember, I have no intentions of going missing. Okay, I love my life, and if I ever disappear, it's not on my own accord. So anyway, just admire this real quickly. Tell my family I love them. Hey guys.
So what's really interesting about all this is, I was seeing this guy, and then I saw another guy out here doing the same thing, and I was like, oh, okay, this is fake. Everybody's, people are now borrowing from. Maybe one of them's real, and the other guy is not. One of them's stealing the content or the idea from the other one or whatever. And then I found out that they were actually friends. So the reason they're telling the same story is because they're just giving updates about their own life. So apparently all of those people that were out there
are getting watched,
are getting followed now.
That's legit, though. That is Epstein's Island. That was his little blue house.
Days since I posted this video of me sneaking onto Jeffrey Epstein's island, every day since I've been home, there have been blacked out Escalade trucks sitting outside my house. I'm not sure what they want or who they are, but I'm posting this here now just in case anything happens. For all I know, this could be Jeffrey Epstein's friends. If I pissed anyone off, I apologize, and I want this all to be over.
So you guys can go to, this guy is not Nico Grigg. Anyway, you guys can go to any of these guys' social media, they're constantly posting, giving updates because they know that something bad may happen to them. So here's another one. This one was just 2 days ago.
Front one of the black Escalade trucks sitting outside my house. There he is. He thinks he's so sneaky, but I see him. I haven't tried confronting one of them yet, so I'm actually curious to see what's gonna happen. Kind of nervous, not gonna lie. Look at him. He has no clue that I know he's here right now. Oh my God, bro. No, okay. I'm not gonna lie. Him driving away just confirmed that they are watching me. I'm terrified. I'm not leaving my house anymore. I'm posting every day. Follow to stay updated. I'm about to try to confront. Everyone wants me to do a 24-hour stream, but I don't want to do that because if I get stream sniped IRL, I'm just going to turn into a meme on Twitter. That would also give the people who are stalking me a perfect view at where I am and what I'm doing.
This was 1 day ago. This guy uploaded. They all uploaded today as well. So far, you guys can go check them out. This is why you don't go to Epstein's Island. Now, we all know Epstein Island was purchased by somebody else. I can't remember the guy's name.
There was a billionaire that wanted to turn it into like a luxury resort.
Yeah. We actually talked about it a little bit before. But just because they go out there, that wouldn't be enough for him to follow these kids around. It's kind of weird. So
I don't know. I mean, that's probably a very secured place, and people are probably wondering, what are you doing trying to come on Epstein's Island? I mean, that's pretty suspect.
Yeah, in one of the videos, you can tell it almost looked like they were actually boarding a boat. The people on the island were boarding a boat. It looked like they had their security was boarding a boat. It looked like their boat was about to go chase these guys on their jet skis. But you're probably not going to catch a jet ski a lot faster. So they turned the camera off. You guys can go check those videos out yourselves. But I thought it was interesting. This is why you don't touch God's anointed.
It's crazy. Well, anyways, colleague, I appreciate that. As always, we always need the updates because, everybody right now is talking about the Epstein files, but no one's talking about the people going to the Epstein file.
Yeah, those island boys. And remember, kids, when you're saying goodbye to a British person or an English person, you have to be careful with the words that you use.
Hey, Raul, catch ya! Yeah, nice to meet you, champ. Nah, yeah, I'll see you later. Muscles. You all good?
Buddy. He's done.
Well, guys.
Well, that guy lost his lunch.
Guy lost his tooth.